child abuse, she talks about how it's defined as like a mental, physical injury. Her second point was that she gave a testimony from a previous pageant girl, and she was arguing that that girl had like a bad experience with it. Another point she made was that there's emphasis on like sexual health, sexual abuse, eating disorders, depression, and then she also talked about how she was talking about pageants under 16, not over, and she also talked about pageants ruining childhood and that there's no incentives from child beauty pageants, only for the older beauty pageants. So to start off, to talk about her first point was about child abuse being defined as like a physical and mental injury. She used an example of a testimony from the previous pageant, but basically her testimony was based on one girl. This doesn't mean that it happens to every single girl at every single pageant. She can't use one case and base it on the whole general concept of beauty pageants. According to Greg Stevens, an article writer for ABC News from gregstevens.com, he said, in a paper entitled Childhood Beauty Pageant Contestants Associated with Mental Health by Wunderlich, Ackard, and Henderson, there was a comparison of data on 11 women who were previously in child beauty pageants versus 11 women who weren't, never in pageants. The study found that the 11 women who did participate in child beauty pageants weren't statistically more likely to have any sign of low self-esteem or problems with mental health compared to the women that weren't in the beauty pageants. And basically what he's saying is when you compare 11 people to 11 people, it's hardly enough to make a solid generalization about a population as a whole. Her next point was that beauty pageants put emphasis on like sexualization, eating disorders, depression, etc., etc. According to Wendy McElroy, the editor of iFeminist.com, she says there's absolutely no data that supports a connection between beauty pageants and violence against women. And this is coming from a feminist, like a very well-known feminist writer. Also, she talks about how there's underlying factors to cause this. But actually, there's no proof that it's 100% the main reason that people have eating disorders, depression, etc. because of beauty pageants. There's actually other causes, like Artie had mentioned about how like the television shows, magazine ads, music, etc. There's like so many other reasons why girls look down on themselves. It doesn't mean that just because one case it has to do with beauty pageants doesn't mean all of them have to do with beauty pageants. She also talks about how the beauty contestants in the child beauty pageants have no prizes, only the ones in the older pageants get prizes. But actually, in child beauty pageants, they get, according to Dan Abrams, a news reporter for ABC News, he says that he did an interview on beauty pageant moms, and they said that most babies get at least a few prizes as a result of beauty pageants. Winners can get trophies, tiaras, plaques, and so much more. Even the losers still get prizes as well, such as stuffed animals, toys, kids, furniture, etc. Parents can even get featured money, savings bonds, and even jewelry that contestants can enjoy when they're older. So basically, her saying that beauty pageants only give prizes to the older contestants, that's not right. And also, if she wants to talk about how beauty pageants for the pageants under 16 are not good enough and they're not regulated, there's actually age different groups for beauty pageants today. So let's say like if you're a certain age, you're get put into a different age group to compete in the pageant. According to Michelle Healy, a writer for USA Today, she says, a younger child might not feel comfortable competing against someone twice their age, and likewise for an older girl competing against someone younger. To overcome this, pageants have an age division system which keeps the competition fair and equal. An example is like, if you're 0 to 12 months, you're a part of infant miss, 7 to 10 years is a part of junior miss, 10 to 13 years is preteen miss, etc., etc. So basically there's different categories for different pageants, so you can't just ban every pageant under 16 and under the age of 16 because you'll be getting so many different kind of pageants. Also, she says that pageants cause physical injury, like she gave an example of the hairspray and how it can cause like melanoma and stuff. But actually, putting hairspray on a child is not required in a beauty pageant. There's no rule that says that. So basically, a parent that chooses to put excessive amounts of hairspray on their child, that's their own choice, and that leads to a different problem. That's not what we're trying to argue here. She's like making so many claims about parents pushing children to be in these pageants. It's like child abuse, and like parents they do this for themselves, etc. But that's not the problem we're arguing. She's trying to ban a whole national law based on problems that have to do with parents, not the actual parent. That's all I have to say. Thank you.